Hi y'all, good morning. Today is July the 17th, 2025. It is 8:18 a.m. 888-777 could be the numbers that you see. I just wanted to say, it is okay not being okay sometimes. It is okay to acknowledge that you don't feel on top of the world. It is okay to have emotions other than being happy, super duper happy. It's not okay to ignore how you feel. It's not okay not addressing how you feel. It's not okay covering up how you feel. It's not okay not acknowledging how you feel. Because if you don't acknowledge the way that you're feeling, if you pretend that you're not feeling the way that you're feeling, when will you ever heal that wound? When will you ever say, okay, let me take a second. Let me reflect. Let me see why I'm feeling this way. Let me see what's triggering this emotion in me, and how can I fix it? How can I address it? Like, what is it that I need to address or handle to help me not feel like this, or what's triggering this, so you can get to the root of your issue or your problem of whatever it is that's going on with you and address it. Covering up woundings, I will always say, will never ever do anything but make them grow bigger, or eventually let something else come behind it and make it resurface, because all you're doing is patching it, like I've said in the previous video, or make it harder for you to be able to literally move along or move on in any other situation, not constantly making sure that wound stay patched or making sure that it does not obstruct again, you know? So just know that. And some people might try to laugh and joke on you. Like, you see a lot of people like, oh, somebody get her a man, or somebody get him another woman, somebody give him some ASS, somebody get her some... No. It's human to have emotions. It's human to feel. It's authentic to feel. It's being in touch with yourself and in tune with your emotions and who you are, and the depth of yourself and your soul is knowing you. Being okay with who you are. Being okay with having feelings because you know how to regulate them. So don't ever let anybody try to make a joke on you because you have emotions. You having emotions just says that you are real. You put your real, authentic self out there. Nothing about you was mischievous, fake, or misleading. Because if it was, you would not feel. You would have nothing to feel. You wouldn't feel any way about anything because you were masking. You didn't really care. Like, so what? And you never want to carry that weight with you. And healing ain't easy. It don't come overnight. You didn't catch feelings overnight. You didn't get to that place, in that tender place, overnight. So it's not going to be overnight to go away. But the point is, you take steps every day, moving forward, addressing them, healing them, and doing better. You're not letting it keep you stagnant or stuck in a place where you can't progress. You're not letting it overwhelm or consume you. And a lot of times when you are feeling some way, it is pretty, I'm gonna say, a good thing, because it means that you are definitely waking up to reality. Like, reality is dead there in your face. You cannot, it cannot be swayed. It cannot be like manipulated. Like, you see your reality. You see, you know, you feel. So you can address it, acknowledge it, heal it, and move on. I've always been the type of person that's like, I'd rather know a painful truth than to be happy living in a bunch of lies. Like, tell me. I want to know, raw, uncut. Like, tell me. Period. Just say it. That's how I'm just saying. I don't like all the games. I like solving puzzles and stuff, but not when it comes to anything that's like make or break somebody, you know? I like solving puzzles and crimes when it's like something that's outside of me. But it's okay. Be okay with having emotions. Be okay with being a human. Don't get lost in it though. Just understand what you needed to learn and see out of it. Because a lot of times, you know what you know, but you ignore it until you see it, until it's validated. So it's like, you can't close your eyes, you can't turn around, you can't back up, you can't walk away. Like, you have to address it. And then it's like, you feel it out, let your emotions out however you need to. Write them down, pray on them, meditate, whatever you do. And understand what's triggering that. Why would that affect you? How is that making you feel? And why does it make you feel that way? So you can learn how to counteract it. I just wanted to say that. It's okay to feel. I remember when I first started going through my breakup, I was so hurt. And the reason why I cut so many people out of my life was because they were gloating off of my pain. They were just waiting for that to happen. They were just waiting for, because honestly, everybody wanted to prove to me that I was just an idiot. Like, love ain't like that type of love wasn't real. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're being dumb. You're being stupid. You know, you should be moving along. You should be moving on, doing X, Y, Z. Granted, I wasn't perfect. However, I was 10 toes down for who and what I was 10 toes down in. No matter what else, you know, here and there. However, everybody around would like tell me how crazy I was and stupid I was, and if I was you, I would be X, Y, Z. But I won't build on that type of time. I meant that I was gonna hold on to my word, and I did. However, they were waiting to say, you know, like, I told you. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's unfortunately or fortunately at this point, just it is what it is. It's how it played out. They were able to. So when it happened, it was like, oh, somebody get her a tissue. Oh, somebody find her a man. Oh, like, I'm happy to know that you were just waiting for shit to go left for me. Is it because you wanted that? Is it because you're so negative that you don't believe in that? It's like, and then you realize when you go through your awakening, you learn about energy, you learn that all of that was projecting. People was just praying on it to happen, and it happened, you know? Maybe even set up to happen. I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know, I do know, but I'm not going into details of it. I'm just trying to explain how people will make you feel bad for feeling some type of way. People make you feel bad for having emotion, but in reality, everybody has emotions. Everybody that been hurt, sad, played, whatever. And maybe you haven't. Good for you if you haven't. Cool. But at the end of the day, most people mask it. Most people act like those feelings aren't there and pretend like, but so it becomes unusual when somebody is expressing that. However, that's why you have so many people that carry all these wounds and they are gun-ho on hurting other people because they're not willing to address the pain that they felt. They carry it with them and they project that on everybody else they come into contact with. Like, they look at everybody else in that way when it's like, hey, I'm not here to hurt you. But how would you know that if you carry all that pain from all those years? You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't recognize that because you are already hurting. So it's okay to feel. Don't let people clown you for feeling. What's not okay is to ignore those feelings, and what's not okay is to let the same person continue to hurt you, you know? So not that it takes time to grow. You know, when you know when somebody, for me, I had a hard time letting people attach to me or opening up. So the people that I did open up to, like, I genuinely, like, I F with you. You know, in terms of relationships, I ain't really take no relationship too serious, but the couple that I did get into, I did, you know. And yeah, it didn't go so well. Yeah, they didn't turn out so great, but it's okay. However, I've learned from it and I've grown from it, and I've never been one to not be vocal. Like, I've always been a person that I like to talk, but a lot of people look at me like I'm quiet. They look at me like I'm quiet because I'm choosy on who I talk to, who I open up to. So it makes sense, right? But you have to be careful with that as well, because sometimes some people get close to you just so they know where to stick the dagger at. If you caught that drift, I know you get it. But I just wanted to say, don't let people clown you for having emotions. It's okay to feel. Now, don't gloat on those emotions. Feel that way. Figure out what's triggering that and what about it triggers that, because it's not only the person that inflicted the pain, it's something else that resides in you that makes it linger on, which most of the time is something that from your childhood. Like, somebody like treats you like you're not good enough when you know you're the encore, you're dessert, you're the appetizer, you're the drink, you're the whole goddamn table. You know that. But somebody else can do something to trigger that emotion in you, like you're not. Why? Then you have to check yourself again. Like, hey, I'm feeling like this because this, that, and the third made me feel like that. But I know I'm not. So let me check myself. Why would I? And then you reevaluate. Figure it out. And instead of you carrying it on, you are addressing it right then and there. Period. And you're reminding yourself of the lesson you learned in that situation. Learning and growing is something that you're going to do your whole entire life. You're going to evolve and transform your whole life to different levels. Confirmation. That's just the point. Learn, grow, and keep going. But I just felt that on my heart to say that when I first went through mine, it was like people making fun of my pains. Like, weird. But then that's when you definitely realize. And they won't tell you to your face. They throw slide shots. They do meanies and all that stuff. Like they've never felt pain. But the problem is they are still in pain, which is why you're gloating off of my pain, because at some point you can project your pain onto me because I'm publicly or okay with showing my pain, and I'm honest about my pain. However, you're trying to hide yours. So in order to help hide yours, you put the attention on somebody else's. However, after that person heals, then what? Your pain still is going to be your pain. Why they didn't express theirs and moved on. You're still sitting there residing with the residual of the same pain that you had when you were making fun of somebody else. And as I always say, remember to pray. Bye, guys.